Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 9, Episode 41. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell. Leave a comment down below, and also follow me on my TikTok and my Instagram. You guys are still asking me what are the handles. Guys, I worked on this banner. The handles are right here. On to the episode. My challenge is here, guys. I've been waiting for this for weeks. We're finally here. So, obviously the episode started with the aftermath of the whole Operation Bait Tom. And so Tanya convinced Shaq that, yes, you were in the wrong. Yes, you need to apologize. And he did just that.
And go up to him close, yeah? And smile, babe. Smile.
Bro,
You know,
it's just a time and a place, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I love you.
No, I
man.
love you, bro.
I had the best boyfriend ever.
Me too.
Yeah, I really do.
I'm sorry. When did they become boyfriend and girlfriend? Did I miss that? What episode did that happen in? Did that happen in the night? When, and Shaq didn't even address it like, oh, boyfriend. I was like, what? Did I miss a chapter? I know I didn't, because I'm here with y'all every day. I was confused. But yeah, I still don't understand why it got to this level, but they've squashed it, so we are all moving on. The Hideaway is open again. It's like overtime this season, and the villa chose to send in Kai and Sanam.
You're getting cuffed. Handcuffed to me so you can't run away because we're having a good night tonight.
I'm just going to leave that on you now.
Let me find out Kai is into BDSM. The way I was shook that one of the most vanilla people in the villa is into little S, 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 N, M, M, M. Okay, Kai. Okay. So this whole boyfriend bug is all over the damn villa, and Will feels like he's just on the cusp.
You want me to make you my girlfriend?
We'll see.
You've been hinting. I've been thinking about it, to be fair. I think I'm in a place where I'm ready.
First love.
It's scary, but it's the best feeling.
You've caught my heart.
Ain't it crazy that, I mean, if memory serves me, I feel like Will did say he has slept with over 100 women. Please confirm, because I feel like that's what was said. Maybe I misinterpreted, or maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I feel like that's what was said. You ain't never been in love? It's giving for the streets. 100 women you have slept with, allegedly, and you've never. That's kind of scary to me. No judgment to y'all if that's your life. So next day in the morning debrief, they're basically talking about all the things that we know. The boys officially squashed the drama from sports day, and so here we are on the challenge, my favorite challenge. The results that I felt like were important to share were, we have most argumentative. The villa voted for Shaq and Tanya, Will and Jesse, and Tom and Sammy. The public voted Will and Jesse, Casey and Rosie, and Shaq and Tanya. Horniest couples, the villa voted for Shaq and Tanya, Kai and Sanam, and Will and Jesse, and the public voted the same. Most one-sided relationship. The villa voted for, the villa voted for Shaq and Tanya, Will and Jesse, Casey and Rosie, and the public said the same. And then most likely to have their heads turned on the outside, the villa voted for Casey and Rosie, Shaq and Tanya, Tom and Sammy, and the public voted for Shaq and Tanya, Ron and Lana, and Casey and Ron. Least sexual chemistry, the villa voted for Casey and Rosie, Kai and Sanam, Ron and Lana. And Ron and Lana were not happy about it, hey? But here goes the public voting for Will and Jesse, Casey and Ron and Lana. Casey and Rosie and Ron and Lana. Now, the Will and Jesse one, that one kind of threw me because they are kind of on top of each other a lot of the time. And we do know that they did have sex in the Hideaway. So I'm like, really? Maybe they don't see it because like he's just so quirky and she's oftentimes like, ugh, maybe. But I'm like, I wanted to put them up there for that. However, Ron and Lana, absolutely. Ron and Lana, to me, I'm not going to say siblings like y'all keep saying, because then I'm like, I don't really be on my siblings like that. But there is something between them that is just kind of like, you know? They don't give me passion. They just don't. And that's not to say that you need to have a lot of PDA or you need to constantly profess your love for this person. No. But even when they're by themselves, I don't see it. Anyways, the next question is the most game playing couples, and everyone refused to go up, obviously. And then Shaq made a comment that didn't sit well with some people.
They might say Ron made Lana his girlfriend because everyone likes Lana.
Like, the point of the game is to say, what do we think the public is going to think? And I think that's valid. Ron was doing up one-eyed warrior, just looking at everybody else with his wandering eye, whereas Lana was pretty steadfast and focused on him. And she was like never in the bottom. And when people came in, they were interested in her, and she's always talked about as having the best personality and being so sweet. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's not outlandish for people to think, well, maybe he did end up choosing her because she's just so loved. Anyways, the results from the villa were that they said Shaq and Tanya, Casey and Ron, Will and Jesse, while the public did put Ron and Lana on the podium, and Shaq and Tanya, and then Casey and Rosie. So Rosie is actually into fashion. Didn't know that. So she wasn't really happy about that statement. However, the one that bothered Casey was the game playing one.
Did you hear what Jesse was saying when we were up there on the game playing one?
Yeah, I didn't even react to it. Just
No.
thought, what's the point?
Claudia's been 2 days and it's like in Casey's head it hasn't existed.
I think Jesse is right, but not like, I'm inclined to agree with Jesse, but I think it's more so because, like, I wouldn't say gameplay. I just think that Casey likes to follow his head, not this one. So, like, he goes wherever the attraction is. It was the same thing in Casa. Now with Rosie, like, he has these, like, oh, I'm so attracted to this girl, I'm gonna do what I want to do, whatever. And they'd be like, oh, but when it comes to an actual connection, I don't really know if it's there for us. That's where I see it with Casey. I don't necessarily think game player. I just think he has his head too much in the game. The sexual chemistry question was the one that bothered Lana the most, but Ron says he's not bothered.
I'm not going to be, I'm not a fan of the whole jumping on each other around everyone else. I'm happy if people have seen what they've seen and they think there's nothing that I don't care.
Of course, like I said, PDA is not for everybody, okay? However, when I look at them, it looks like they're sticking it out for the kids. You know, the marriage that turns into roommates. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I don't know. Of course, the statement that Ron chose Lana because she's loved did hit a lot of people the wrong way, and it was kind of a low blow. Let's be honest.
Just the fact that he thinks that, well.
It didn't say he thinks. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Has been kind. Forgive it.
Lana was coupled up with Casey for a day, and then he makes her his girlfriend. How that might look?
I don't know. I think that at some point Ron could see a trend of like, oh, Lana is very beloved by the public. There was a point where we were all looking at her, wanting her to leave him. Like, come on, girl, we want better for you. So, but I don't think that that's the reason why he made her his girlfriend. Even the fact that they didn't make a spectacle out of the whole "will you be my girlfriend" thing. I think that that's a moment they wanted between them. Like, it's just, I think he really does like her, and also might have realized that if I keep treating this girl like an option, I'm gonna look like a dick on the outside. So I need to come up with a decision very quickly. And from Casa onward, he's just been doting boyfriend. I'm completely loyal. I'm so exclusive. When I don't think if that would have been the case, if either Lana did a little bit more exploring, or if he realized, Lana doesn't really sit in the ranking like I thought she did. I don't know. We don't know Ron's thought process, but I do think that he did catch a trend that Rana is liked on the outside. It reminds me of Jake in the case of Jake knew Liberty was loved. There's no way he didn't know that. And even though he was loyal to her, I felt like it was because he knew I'm gonna look stupid if I hurt the belle of the ball. But that's not to nullify the connection. Do you know what I mean? And definitely Ron wasn't moving as mad as Jake in terms of like, yeah, go pursue. But he was kind of doing the same thing. It does give gameplay. It does. It does give gameplay, you guys. You gotta be, y'all Ron and Lana fans, you gotta be objective now. Come on. So Jesse is annoyed that people think, well, mainly Will, think that she doesn't like him as much as he likes her.
See, I don't like that because I was like, I feel like you did think that. And I was like, I feel like that's why no one really respects me. No, it's fine. It feels like you definitely think that I'm the one-sided one here.
There has been a trend of that. The fact that she went in being just so sold on him and hasn't ever shifted her mind makes people feel like she's only there for a game, and Will is the poor unfortunate soul who has fallen for her. I think at some point, like I said in the previous video, it would be really, really, really hard to fake it with somebody like Will. I think for someone like Will, you gotta like him for real. And I think she does like him for real. However, the fact that they keep internalizing this, Will says he only says it because other people say it. You've got to look within and say, okay, well, why is this an insecurity for me? Why do I constantly feel like she doesn't like me as much as I like her? It might not be true, but the fact that it plays on your mind means there's something y'all got to talk about and iron out. So of course, everybody's making it seem like Shaq's comment was so out of left field, and calling Ron a game player was like, whoa, how could he say that? Because they're boyfriend and girlfriend. But also, we kind of agree.
Good on Shaq for speaking his mind.
But what he's saying could make sense from the public. This is what the game was.
Are you pissed off at his comment?
I thought he was sore, I'm not gonna lie.
The game is about, and Sammy even said this, the game is about where do you think the public's head is at? And she's like, honestly, when you do look at Ron and Lana, I can see how they would think Ron is a game player. Let's not make it seem like Shaq was saying something that couldn't be, that you just could not fathom, you know? And the fact that Ron thinks that that perspective is absolutely asinine is asinine to me. Ron, look at yourself. And look at how things panned out. And look at how loyal that Lana has been. And look at how loved Lana has been inside and based off of the votes. People might see you as a game player. That's all that Shaq was saying. But he's like, well, I'm going to pull him up on it in the evening. Okay, if you want to make it a thing, let's make it a thing. But I think Shaq had a right to say it. Okay? Anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Bare confusion in this episode. I'm always wishy-washy because you just never know. You just never know for real. They need like better diary cams because, you know, I'm going to go on a crazy tangent right now, but you're here. Let's just sit here. You know, on The Real World, way back in the day, not that Facebook Watch reboot that they're trying to have us watch, the diary cam was actual diary cam. It didn't feel like people were being fed questions. It was like, yo, I'm so pissed off at this thing, I'm going to talk about it. Or I am so in love with this person, I'm going to talk about it. Those gave you like a real insight of like where people's heads were at, what was the thought process behind different decisions that they made. That's what I need to see in Love Island. Because at this point, the game is known as a game. So it's hard to see what's authentic, what's inauthentic, because every single person is here for a payday. And then if you find love, that's a bonus. So yeah, anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I said, I'll see you guys on Sunday. No, I won't see you on Sunday. I won't see you on Sunday because I won't be here. So I'll see you on Monday.